Ciao, buongiorno. Io sono Clive e mia moglie Mandy.
Ciao, buongiorno.
Together, we're trying to figure out how to become self-sufficient on an off-grid property in southern Italy. Join us for this week's adventure where we tackle rising damp again.
Hope you got that.
Hope to God we got that. So please watch to the end and let us know in the comments whether you think we're barking up the wrong tree or if this is going to help us solve our rising damp problem.
See there? I'm convinced that that's water soaking in under the batterscoping. So this is what we deal with every year after winter. It's a pain in the ass. It's rising damp. I mean, look at it. Every freaking year. We're hoping that the sealing that we've done outside is going to stop that. Some areas worse than others. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of moisture in the wall here by the color of the grout. It's dark compared to the lighter color there. Every single year this happens. First bit of plastering filling done in the lounge. It's the first layer I'm going to have to sand and come back. First bit of filling done in this bedroom. And the first bit of filling done in this room. Every winter. Hopefully this is the last. Office, not much better, although it seems better than every other room. It hasn't lifted the fill from last season yet. Haven't painted. Just feeling to see where we need more filler. It's not too bad. The dip here.
Having a good feel there, love.
Yeah, but I'm feeling up the wall there. Now over here, if you come and look here quite close, there was a whole lot of plaster that flaked out here, so I'm having to build it up slowly because I don't have a plaster trowel and I don't have plaster. But it's working out okay. We're getting there slowly. A couple more fills and we'll be ready to paint hopefully this afternoon. Now this section over here is quite a mess, so I'm going to just...
It's quite a mess, or you making a mess?
It's quite a mess. Yeah, I'm making a mess. You know what to say, you can't make an omelette unless you break some eggs, so see that happens. So I'm just going to get some of this on here, and then I'll use a big spatula to even it out.
Spatula is something you cook with.
Well, whatever you want to call that thing. That doesn't look too bad. I suppose there's people that know how to plaster that are watching this and pissing themselves.
I was about to say this. This is a lesson for plastering for newbies.
No, this is not plastering, this is patching. I know, this is not plastering.
Like icing a cake, really.
I wouldn't know. I don't know how you can see.
With my eyes.
In the dark. So that was the final fill, hopefully, before the last sanding, ready for painting. And while I was in there filling, I happened to notice some mold on the ceiling. Oh joy, that means the roof's also leaking and needs to be sealed again. That's for another video. And that section there in the lounge, I have to refill all of that now. I'm gonna get the dehumidifier because it's quite wet.
It was quite wet behind that piece of plaster that peeled off. So I've given it the first light skim coat. I'll wait for that to dry, sand it off, and then hit it again. Hopefully 2 or 3 coatings is all it's going to take. So 3 days later, I think it was 3 days, that's ready to be painted. Just waiting for the top little darker section to dry. Final sand, and that's done.
So that's the lounge, patched and painted, put back together. Hopefully we don't have to do it again.
Set its second skim, wait for that to dry, sand, and see if we need to fill more.
Got to do a sand and potentially another full and final sand there. This room's ready to paint. We'll get stuck into that tomorrow. Sorry about the light. Hopefully this is the last bloody time. And this room also ready to paint. Section down there. And that corner section in this room's also done. That room's painted. Could probably do with a second coat, I think. And that corner's done as well. Remember I was saying about the colour of the grout?
You can see it's a lot lighter here. We'll probably run the dehumidifier in here for a few more days.
Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned that this is not the first time that we've had to deal with rising damp. This is the 3rd time the batterscoping has been sealed. Originally the first time with standard grout. That didn't last 6 months. We then replaced that standard grout with some specialist grout that had fibers in that was guaranteed not to crack. That lasted a year and cracked, and this is now our 3rd and final attempt at getting this place sealed so we don't have this issue of rising damp every year. Mandy volunteered to crack on with getting the grout dug out while I carried on with the jobs that she couldn't do. Which, to be fair, it's a horrible job, it's boring, it's tedious, but she stuck at it. And this was done in a couple of sittings as we were dodging rain while this was all going on. So after Mandy had finished digging out all the grout at least a centimetre deep, it was time to hit it with a vacuum cleaner to vacuum up any of the bigger chunks. And then for good measure, we hit it with a compressor to blow any loose bits and pieces out, which seemed to work quite well. Then it was my turn to get on my hands and knees and start filling the gap between the batterscope and the tiling. After filling a length of the batter-scoping with the silicone, I then used this nifty tool I found at Leroy Merlin, which actually gives a very nice finish.
Swept all the dust away before I bloody did the siliconing. I'll wait till it dries to pick it off. Arsehole.
So after about 3 months, we eventually managed to get the whole of our house sealed and probably 2/3 of Mom's place sealed. We've got to crack on and get the rest sealed before our visitors arrive so we can pressure wash the patio, which is probably going to be happening as this video is uploading. There she is. Hey Ellie. Hello Belle. How you doing?
There you go. You can see Mandy's dug all the grout up. You missed a few sections, babe. Hello, Belle.
So we've sealed from the garage door all the way up the side of Mom's place, up around the corner here, and up to just over halfway under the door.
So we've got that section to finish.
We've moved the pots so we can get that sealed this afternoon. So that's Mom's lounge along the wall that we've just sealed. Not too bad in this corner, it gets bad in the bottom corner.
It's next to the sliding door. I'm not going to move the unit, but in the corner it's like that but worse. This is on the other side of the sliding door.
And then this corner in Mom's bedroom's also quite bad, but we haven't sealed the outside of this wall yet. And this is the worst room in Mom's house. It's the guest room, and this is inside the wall that we've already sealed, so we're getting ready to fill in here. The dehumidifier has been running in here for the last 4 days. It's sitting at 41%. It's been running an hour this morning. It started off at 47%, but when we started this exercise, the relative humidity in this room was 85%, so it's dropping very nicely.
So the next part of the rising damp fix is we're going to need to take these shutters out because there's no ceiling where the bricks meet the marble. So we're going to take that out, seal that all up, put them back, and then seal them up over here with silicone.
Humidity gets quite higher in the winter, and there's a lot of condensation on the walls in the morning, and I think that's running down and pooling at the bottom there, and that's why we get the rising damp, particularly next to doorways and windows. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. Ciao.
Ciao.